Most people see an empty chair. They see a silent phone. They see an absence where there should be a presence, and they call that single. But what if that absence isn't emptiness at all? What if it's the quiet before the greatest storm of self-discovery you'll ever experience? What if being single isn't a pause, a waiting game, or a void to be filled, but a profound reset button, waiting to utterly redefine who you are and what you're capable of? This isn't just another season of loneliness or a period of temporary solitude. This is your turning point. This is the moment your entire life finally begins to unfold in a direction you never imagined. Because the path back to yourself, the truest, most unbound version of you, often begins in the beautiful, sometimes terrifying, silence of singlehood. We live in a world that constantly whispers narratives of completion, of finding your other half, of being two souls intertwined. We're taught that companionship is the ultimate state, that love is the answer to every question, and that true happiness resides in the shared space of a relationship. And while the beauty of connection is undeniable, this relentless chorus often drowns out another, far more ancient and powerful truth: the profound alchemical transformation that occurs when you are, for a time, utterly and completely on your own. This isn't a path for the weak or the unloved. This is a crucible for the brave, for those willing to excavate the depths of their own being without the distraction or reflection of another. Think back. How much of who you were, how much of what you desired, how much of your authentic self was subtly, almost imperceptibly, shaped by the presence of another? By their needs, their expectations, their unspoken desires. We bend, we adapt, we soften our edges, not out of malice, but out of love, out of a profound human need to connect, to belong, to be chosen. And slowly over time, like water eroding stone, the distinct contours of who we truly are begin to blur. We start to perform, to become a version of ourselves optimized for the relationship, for the comfort of shared existence. We bury dreams that don't fit the shared narrative, silence opinions that might cause ripples, and temper our wilder impulses to maintain a fragile peace. The man or woman you were at the beginning of a relationship often becomes a different entity by its end, a complex tapestry woven with threads of compromise and quiet adaptation. And then the quiet hits. The other person is gone. The house is silent. The conversations stop. No one is asking where you are or who you're becoming. For the first time in what might be years, it's just you. At first, this silence can feel like an enemy, a vast echoing emptiness that magnifies every insecurity, every fear, every perceived failing. It feels like loss, like a limb has been severed, leaving a phantom ache. You might try to fill it desperately with noise, with distractions, with the clamor of a new connection. You might feel an intense urge to run, to jump into another relationship, to rebuild your life with the same pieces that perhaps broke you in the first place, or to simply numb the discomfort until it fades. But what if instead you chose to stay? What if you chose to sit in that silence, not as a victim of circumstance, but as an intentional explorer? Stay in that silence long enough, and something strange, something profoundly beautiful begins to happen. You start hearing yourself again. Not the man or woman you became to please, to keep the peace, to fit in. Not the version of you that bent and twisted and softened their edges. You start hearing the real you, the one you buried under layers of compromise, under quiet desperation, under the weight of shared expectations. He or she is still in there, waiting, Most people never meet this version of themselves. They flee the silence. They stay busy. They remain distracted, forever chasing external validation to avoid the profound internal excavation that singlehood demands, but not you. Because something inside you, a deep knowing, understands this isn't the end. It's the beginning. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt. And this time, the foundation will be different. This silence, this period of being utterly alone, is not a punishment. It is a profound invitation. It is an invitation to strip away everything that isn't truly yours, to shed the roles, the identities, the narratives you adopted to be loved or to belong. It is an invitation to encounter your own shadow, your own light, your own forgotten desires without the filter or judgment of another's gaze. This is where you reclaim your time, your energy, your creative spirit. You choose how to spend every minute, every hour, every day. You decide what fills your schedule, what nourishes your soul, what sparks your curiosity. And in this space, true self-discovery blossoms. What do you genuinely enjoy doing when no one else is watching? What books call to you? What hobbies do you abandon when a partner's interests take precedence? What conversations truly ignite your mind? What places do you long to see, not because someone else wants to go, but because your own spirit yearns for them? This is where you begin to excavate the passions you buried, the dreams you deferred, the boundaries you allowed to be breached. You learn to say no to what doesn't serve you, not out of defiance, but out of a profound respect for your own unfolding path. You learn to say yes to the wild, untamed parts of yourself you'd forgotten existed. This journey into singlehood is also a journey into profound self-reliance. You learn to soothe your own anxieties, to celebrate your own victories, to navigate your own challenges without immediately reaching for another hand. This isn't about becoming an island. It's about building your own ship, a vessel strong enough to sail any storm, independent enough to chart its own course. When you learn to meet your own needs, emotional, physical, spiritual, you stop looking for someone else to complete you. You realize you were never incomplete in the first place. You were merely operating under the illusion that an external force was required to make you whole. This understanding is liberating beyond measure. It allows you to step into the world not as a seeker of validation, but as a source of your own, radiating a quiet, confident power. And with this self-reliance comes an unparalleled clarity. You start to see yourself with an honest, unvarnished gaze. You confront your patterns, your triggers, your strengths, your weaknesses. You understand what makes you truly happy, what depletes your energy, what fuels your spirit. This kind of self-knowledge is the ultimate superpower. It means you can build a life consciously, deliberately, that is in profound alignment with your deepest values. No more shrinking to fit. No more softening your edges to be chosen. No more calling comfort love. Oh, being single isn't what happens when you fail at relationships. It's what happens when you finally stop betraying yourself. It's when you reclaim your sovereignty and decide that your own inner peace and authentic growth are non-negotiable. When that shift clicks, when you stop waiting to be loved and start choosing to become the person you respect, your world starts to change. Not slowly, but radically, quietly, permanently. You find your voice again, stronger, clearer, because it no longer echoes in the chambers of someone else's expectations. You stand taller, not out of arrogance, but out of a newly discovered sense of self-worth that is entirely internally sourced. Your friendships deepen because you engage with others from a place of genuine connection, not neediness. Your work might even transform, fueled by a resurgence of passion and purpose that was once dormant. You become magnetic, not because you're desperately seeking, but because you are radiating authenticity, a quiet, powerful light that draws genuine connection towards you. Consider the profound implications this has for any future relationships. When you choose to step into a partnership from a place of wholeness, not emptiness, the dynamic fundamentally shifts. You no longer seek a rescuer, a provider of happiness, or a mirror to complete your reflection. Instead, you seek an expander, someone who celebrates your wholeness and inspires you to grow even further. You choose connection from a place of abundance, not scarcity. You enter into a shared life not out of fear of being alone, but out of a genuine desire to amplify joy, to share perspectives, and to journey alongside another equally complete soul. This kind of love is built on a foundation of respect, authenticity, and mutual admiration, rather than codependence or a desperate need to fill a void. It is a love that allows both individuals to flourish independently while simultaneously weaving a richer, more vibrant tapestry together. This period of singlehood, then, is not merely a waiting room for the next relationship. It is a vital, transformative laboratory. It is where you learn the language of your own heart, where you discover your innate resilience, where you shed the skin of old narratives and step into the radiant truth of who you are designed to be. It is where you cultivate a deep, unwavering relationship with yourself, a bond that will serve as the anchor for every other connection you forge in life. This is the time when you learn to truly love yourself, not as a narcissistic indulgence, but as a fundamental act of self-preservation and empowerment. And once you learn to love yourself fully, completely, and unconditionally, you become an unstoppable force, capable of navigating any challenge, manifesting any dream, and embracing any connection that truly serves your highest good.